Everybody, just thought I'd hop on and do a really quick nail art tutorial. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to pop some colour on these pops. So one I'm doing as a darker pink. One I'm doing as sparkly pink. So these are Kiki London colours. And the pigment is really, really nice in these. So the first one I did was Flamingo Pink. Then I've got Pink Cadillac. And now I'm going to do Royalty, which is like a plummy purple colour. I'm just going to pop a couple of layers on my pops before I actually do any design. Apologise if you can hear my heater in here, because it's actually been really cold today, hasn't it? So I'll just let them do their first 30 seconds. So what you're actually going to need is, if you want to do this, is the three colours, like I said. So I've got Kiki London, Pink Cadillac, Flamingo Pink and Royalty. You are going to need a dotting tool, as the design we're doing requires a dotting tool, and it's going to be love hearts. So we're doing this for Valentines. And then you're going to need some clear acrylic if you've got it. If you haven't got it, then you just wouldn't sugar it. And something to scoop that acrylic out to dust it on with. So I'm going to use a cuticle tool. So this one's Pink Flamingo. Love Kiki London colours because they're all really, really pigmented. They're really nice. I've probably said that already. This one is Pink Cadillac. So this one's got a little bit of a shimmer in. That's that one. And then last but not least, Royalty. Gorgeous, gorgeous purpley colour. And once you've got a couple of layers on these, bearing in mind there's no skin tone behind these, so it might look a little bit more see-through. But they're all three of them are really nice colours. So I'm just going to pop them on for 60 seconds. So I'm going to do Flamingo Pink. I'm going to pop some of that on to my palette. And I think I'll pop some of the Pink Cadillac on as well. And then we'll see how we go to whether we want any plummy purple on the Royalty. I'm going to pop a little bit of white on too, just a tiny bit. So when these have cured in a second, I'm actually going to top coat them now before I go any further with a matte top coat. So I'm just going to grab my Kiki London matte top coat, which is here. There we go. So Kiki London matte top coat. And why I matte top coat them, because I just like to have a base to work on, and I find there's nothing glaring at me. So it's not my final top coat. I haven't decided whether it's going to be matte on a couple of them or not. One will be, because it's going to have be sugared with the acrylic. So at the moment I'm just doing it just because I want to be able to see what I'm doing, and I just find it easier. So I'm just going to pop them in for 60 seconds. Leave that to the side in case I decide to keep it matte. And then I'll just get a glossy one out as well, just in case my Kiki London no white top coat is there as well if I need it. So my dotting tool is not a massive one, so it's just got that's the bigger end and the smaller end, so I don't want one that's too big. Okay, so they're all done. You don't have to wipe the Kiki London one, so they actually look beautiful in themselves. Let me show you a bit closer up before we even do anything. They're absolutely amazing with the matte top coat on. Okay, so I'm going to work with the lighter one, and I'm going to make some love hearts in the middle using the same colour. So I'm going to do 2 dots next to each other and drag it down to make a heart shape. And I'm going to continue that all the way down, leaving a little bit of a gap. Heater's gone off now, it's not so noisy. Same on number 4. Okay, so can you see I've done some love hearts? And then what I'm going to do is, continuing with my small end, I'm just going to do some polka dots on each side. I'm just going to do the 2 at the top. I'm actually just going to add another heart down the bottom. The easiest hearts ever using a dotting tool. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my acrylic. So this is how you would do a cable knit nail. So as long as you've got some sort of top coat under the design, then you don't need to worry about it after you've sugared it. I call it sugaring. I don't actually know what the technical term is, but shake that off. So that's what it looks like before it goes in the lamp. Pop that in, pop it on for 60 seconds. When it comes out the lamp, dust it off, and voila, you've actually finished. So what I'm going to do is do my pink Cadillac now, the bigger end, and I'm going to do a bigger heart. I just always find that using a dotting tool is just the best thing for doing hearts. Just personal preference. Depends how big, how petite, and what works for you really. So I'm popping another heart on there. Okay, so there we go, there's another heart. And then what I'm going to do actually is pop that in the lamp, and then when my other one's finished, there it goes, pop it back on again. Right, so it's going to come out, it's going to look like that. I'm now going to brush it off, but not near my other polish, because I don't want it to contaminate it. And there you have, hopefully you can see that, our love hearts that are a little bit like cable knit. Okay, that's that one. I'm just going to wait for that next one, and what I need now is a liner tool. So I'm going to find my Kiki London liner. So this is my 01 Detail Kiki London brush, so it's just a little one. And that's that done. Okay, so we've got our love heart, it's nice and glossy. I'm going to get a bit of white. And I'm going to highlight round. My heart. Apologise if you can hear my dogs because they're barking in the house. They've probably heard a piece of wind. So I'm just going to do this as a guide at the moment, and then I'll probably go over it again. This is just a little bit of an idea. You don't even have to do exactly the same. And pop around the top on this side. Again, just going to tidy this up. And this is like by no stretch of the imagination anything that's dead intricate or anything like that. This is just a quick, your client wants a quick love art on their nail or something to do with Valentine's. It's just a quick idea. So there we go, we've popped some white round. So I'm just going to cure that, give that a wipe. And then on this one, I'm just going to do some roses. So again, with my detail brush, I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm just going to do the middle of the rose. So all the petals I'm going to do on this, they're not going to touch each other. So once you go from the middle, I'm going to go from one side. So basically I'm going to do a dot and I'm going to draw it out on both sides, and I always go the opposite way to where I've just been, so it's overlapping. So this one I'll do down here and pull out the petal, and I'll go up here, and the idea is that they're not touching at any point, and then you're stretching that petal down. They don't have to look perfect. And I'm going to do this one, pull it round, over this side, hopefully you can see what I'm trying to do, and I'm just going to keep going. So just make sure that it's thicker right in the middle of the petal, and then just drag the ends of the petals out. And so it doesn't even have to look perfect, because you can see what it is anyway. Another one over here, and down the bottom. And what you can do is actually cure that, and then if you need to make it look a bit deeper, you can go over it again. So I'm just going to pop that in. So while that's in, I'm going to top coat my heart. I'm going to leave the rest of it matte. So I'm just going to put some glossy top coat on my palette. And I'm going to, just over my love heart, I'm going to make that glossy. And then that bit will be nice and shiny, be nice contrast. So we've just done that. I'll pop it in while that's still on at the minute, and then we'll switch it back on afterwards. So I'm just going to go over that rose a little bit and just top it up. Switch that back on. Okay, so that's our first coat, and now we're just going to do, I'm just going to go over it with some of them, and it will make it pop, hopefully. A little bit more colour in there. So in the middle petal, the very centre, I just tend to do like a little bit of a C shape, a U shape, whatever, so it doesn't look perfect. Just being careful because I've scooped up a lot of polish on my brush. So there's almost like there's a depth to this rose because you've left some of the purple colour coming through. And so you might want to do some leaves on it or something like that, whatever your client wants or whatever you're doing at the time. So that's my rose. So I'm just going to put that one in. This one's going to come out. So there's the contrast with the matte and the glossy heart in the middle. So we now have two nails we've done. So we'll just wait for that one. Just going to grab a little bit of green. So this is Kiki London Soldier Girl. Pop a little bit of that on my palette. And I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible so it's not, you know, a massive great deal of time it's going to take to just pop this on a nail at the end of a service. So pretty colours they are. You could just do a full pink set, you wouldn't even have to do the purple or anything, but it's just to give you an idea of what's what. So I'm going to do the purple one, glossy, and when I finish that, so there's my flower. And I'm just going to pop some leaves on. Nothing too technical. I'm not letting them touch. So, let's take that round so you can see a bit better. Can you see? I apologise if you can't see properly. The way I've got the camera angle is probably not the best, but I'm going to turn the picture if I need to. So I've just done two at the top and one at the bottom. So I'm just going to pop that in for 30 seconds because I want to crack on with some more. So all I'm going to do now on that one is do some little dots. Almost gives it like that Kath Kidston-y sort of look. And it'll tie the white in. The white and the pink will then be tied in with the other two nails. And you'd be tag teaming. If you're doing the same on the other hand while it's setting, you'd be doing the other hand. So there's my leaves. So I'm just going to get my small end of my dotting tool and I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Always do odd numbers. I find it better. And then just in my leaf, I'm going to put a bit of detail. So I'm going to mix a bit of white and green together. Get a paler one. And I'm just going to pop a bit of detail on one edge. Just like that. Pop it on for 60 this time, and then I'm going to top coat it and it's done. You can add more detail into that rose. You don't have to leave it as simple as that. You could actually put some white in there, mix a bit of white with your purple and make it just a tone lighter. There's no rules, is there? So you can do whatever you like. So I'm going to pop away my matte top coat because I'm going to do glossy on this one. And I'm just going to tidy up my palette. Really good, these palettes, and you can get them from Amazon. They're just little resin palettes. They don't cost a lot. I think I bought 2 for about £8, and they're really good tool to use. Right, so that's that one done. I'm just going to pop a top coat on, and then I'll give you the reveal. Tell me what you think. If it's a quick bit of Valentine's art that would help you. You don't have to do all 3 designs, you could just do 1, and then your client's got a little bit of Valentine's nail art on their service. Thanks for watching, guys. Pop a picture at the end. Hope you liked it.